New videos every day.
Life, wisdom, Psychetruth, massage.
Hi, I'm Jen Hilman, and today I'm going to demonstrate some massage techniques for the back sides of the legs. So we'll go ahead and get started. And I've already applied a thin layer of oil across her legs. So it's just easier to glide my hands all the way from her ankles up the thigh, up to the hip. And then I just bring my hands back down. And I'll just continue this for a few passes from the ankle up to the thigh. This just starts to improve circulation, start moving the blood up from the feet back to the heart. I'm just starting to warm up the muscle tissue. Then I'll start off by working her calf. So I just bring my palms one after the other from the ankle up to the knee. And I'm using a medium to firm pressure here, just kind of leaning my weight into my hands. And once I feel a little bit of warmth underneath my hands, I know she's starting to get warm. So I'll start by using the flat edge of my thumb, just kind of making circles from the ankle up to the knee. Now, the calf, or the gastrocnemius as it's called, is actually divided into two separate heads. So it starts off as one muscle from the ankle, and then about halfway, it divides in half and splits off to attach at either side of the knee. So, as you work your way from the ankle up, you're kind of working the gastrocnemius right down the center. Then as you come up the leg, when the muscle starts to divide, then I use my thumbs to work on either side of both heads of the same muscle. Just making circles with my thumbs, applying steady pressure as I work my way up and down the leg. And then I'll just follow up with a nice long, smooth stroke. From here, you can actually access the soleus, which lays underneath the gastrocnemius, by bringing your thumb right in the middle where the two heads of the calf muscle divide. And by applying a firm pressure right there through the center, you can access that soleus underneath. And I just use a few passes. And then I like to use a petrissage motion, which is basically kneading with my hands as if her leg was a piece of dough. So I'm just massaging the interior head of the gastrocnemius, kind of separating it and massaging it on its own. Moving up and down. Then I can come to the outer head of the gastrocnemius and isolate it. I'm just using that same kneading motion, just kneading the muscles in my hands. And from there, I like to go ahead and reach across both heads of the gastrocnemius and just knead both heads at the same time. And then I'll work my way closer down to the ankle. Just continuing to knead. And I can come back to that nice, smooth, long stroke. And from here, if I was going to do any deep tissue work, I know her muscles are warm enough that I can start working more deeply into the layers. And by now, you should be able to detect if there's anywhere that there's a little knot or a tight band of tissue. And wherever you find that tight spot, just isolate it with your fingers. You can make small, gentle circles to loosen up that tight little patch. And then even just using steady pressure in one place can also help the muscles to relax. So just giving a little extra attention to any place that you notice it's extra tight. And oftentimes I think people are surprised to find any knots or tight places in their calves. It's not usually what we think of. We usually think of knots and tension being in your back and shoulders. So the legs get neglected and tension just builds up there. So it's really nice to be able to give a little focused attention to any tension you find in the legs. And once I work out some of those tight spots, I like to work my way down to the ankle and make little circles right around the Achilles tendon on either side. This is an area of the body that doesn't necessarily get a lot of attention either, even in a leg massage. So working out that little spot right around the ankles feels really nice. There's a lot of acupressure points here that stimulate your internal organs and just help your body to function. And once I've worked the calf and ankle pretty well, I just make my way down to the foot and transition to a little foot massage. So I'm just starting here by running my thumbs along the bottom of her foot from her heel down towards the toes. Just using the flat part of my thumb so I'm not applying too much pressure in any one place. And then I like to go ahead and focus on the heel and just make little circles around her heel. I can grab onto the back of her heel and give a gentle tug, and she can actually feel this stretch all the way up in the hip. It's pretty amazing. You can even grab underneath the foot and completely grab a hold of the leg, lean your weight back and give a nice gentle stretch all the way through the hip, and sometimes people can feel it even into the low back. So this is a really nice way to lengthen out the legs. Just holding that stretch for a few seconds, a few cycles of breath, and then gently release the foot down. And from here, I'll just make some circles with my thumbs, circling out through the sole of the foot. Give a little extra attention to the inner arch. And just continue working my way around the entire sole of the foot. Really try to be sure I get every little point in the foot. And then I like to come down to the pads of the toes and make little circles around the pads of the toes. And when my thumbs need a break, I just bring my palms underneath the top side of her foot and just make long strokes with my fingertips, gently stretching the skin on the tops of her feet. Just working with my fingers, massaging the top of her foot. Then I'm ready to come down to her toes and just work each little toe, making little circles around the toe pad. And once I've massaged all of her toes, come back to a smooth, long stroke from the ankle to her knee. A few passes here. And then I'll extend the stroke all the way up to her hip. And I can move through that a couple of times as well, giving a feeling of completion. And maybe a nice gentle tug again on the back of the heel as I finish this leg. Now you're ready to start transitioning to the other leg. I would usually do that by just going ahead and contacting both feet simultaneously. Even just bringing the palm of your hand firmly into the sole of the foot transfers a tremendous amount of heat from your hands into their body. So this is very grounding, it's very relaxing and soothing, and helps the person you're working with feel very comfortable and connected to you. And this is a great way to transition from one side to the other. So go ahead and favorite this video so you can come back and re-watch so you can practice the same sequence on the opposite leg. You don't want to leave your partner unbalanced. Just work out all the kinks on both sides. If you'd like to learn more about me and my practice, you can visit my website, jenhilmantherapeutictouch.com. And don't forget to leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know how this video is working out for you. And I hope you enjoy and give some good massage love to someone that you care about. Thanks for watching.